That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Red zone opportunity.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the 1st quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. They try to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Paul Richardson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led by a former national champion at Alabama. It's A.J. McCarron.
One thing I don't think you ever have to worry about when A.J. McCarron gets an opportunity is confidence and belief in self. He has it in full measure, and he utilizes it very well, carrying it out onto the field and leading his team.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12.
Jalen Smith out of Notre Dame. Partner, that's got to be one of the best stories in the NFL, seeing him out on the field.
Yeah, it really is. That injury that he had during the bowl game against Ohio State, boy, that hurt his draft stock. So nice to see him out there.
I had him rated as the top player in his class in 2016 before his injury. He ends up going in the 2nd round, and now he's starting to make the plays we expected to see.
Now here's McCarron on 3rd. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. McNabb to throw. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
Let's go!
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They run it again with Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
McNabb. And he fires one, but incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's now 4th and 3. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2nd down following the run.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
McCarron from the gun on 3rd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chad Greenway with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 23. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Patriots take over. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
2nd down, McNabb. Blitz coming, and down he goes. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Shreds the tackle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1, couldn't get the ball. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out.
Here we go now.
They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Anthony Barr, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken from just outside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. And now out come the Patriots. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good 1st down call as the screen play gets them 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy to the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And Boswell's kick is good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Patriots right now are doing a good job protecting their house. The Eagles haven't played horribly, but will need to improve if they want to win this one. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd and goal. Richardson's got the reception, and he'd cap off the 10-play drive with a TD as they put the first points on the board. Now 1st and 10. Bennett's the target here, and he'll end up picking up 18 yards on the play. That'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the 2nd half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. McCarron now on 1st down. Incomplete on the right side. It's Tammy. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. This is the running back, Blue. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball. Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Shotgun snap from McCarron. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out. And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Here we go.
On first down, it's McNabb. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Oh, he bowls over it. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They come up in an offset eye. Play clock winding down. McNabb to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Mike Evans from a yard out. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. The play clock's running down.
Come on, let's go. 190. 190.
Delay of game, offense.
They'll again try for two, this time from the 7.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So they decide to still go for it even after the 5-yard penalty. And they convert. And that one was made so tough by the penalty, pushing them back to the 7. They still got it done, though.
Yeah, and the big surprise is that the extra point unit doesn't run out there with the kicker. Okay, you move it back to the 7, but they felt like they needed to have it, and they felt like they had a good play call, and they were successful.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They begin with a carry for Blue. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try and run again with Blue. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Let's see what the defense dials up here, 3rd and 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now McCarron. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
A whole bevy of Patriots there that time to bring him down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chad Greenway coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on. And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
We have played 3 quarters. We will return with more of Draft Champions on EA Sports.
Let's go.
Now a first down throw, McNabb. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, New England.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, Running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
They'll run it with Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Here we go.
Williams will try again. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Ricky Williams taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
Could not have blocked that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out now come the Eagles. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He don't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. McCarron now on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Let's go! The train! 39! Green! 39! Leopard!
Flare!
Now it's McCarron off play action. Incomplete on the right side. It's Tammy. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From midfield, here's McCarron. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is fielded at the 27. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Throwing on first. Here's McCarron. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. And this looks to probably be the final play.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
That'll do it from here for Charles Davis and all our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Draft Champions here on EA Sports. For more, head on over to easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.
Hello, my name is Kamal. I am from the clouds. I'm a human now, but I used to be a raindrop. Word up, I'm really good at putting words up. I make them levitate and circle with the birds. I don't need to force it, I let it occur. Whatever occurs, thank you. Feel like I was touched by an angel. Once again, a whole nother angle. I got a lot of holes in my ankle. I got a lot of love and a whole lot of ignorance, and that's a good thing if you want to relate. I'm just trying 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 to relate. It's come out like a power thing. I get you down like gravity, rap, rackety, rap.
Boy, we've just gotten started here, and already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make.
I am the killer in the grasses. I am the kid in the corner with the glasses. I am the specter you should respect.
A bit of a dilemma with this threesome. Which side of the ball do you turn your focus to here? One thing this team's gonna need is some leaders, and they've got one right here.
Worst case, my impression impressed. That's the way to relate. I'm just trying 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 to relate.
Does this pick fill a big need? I'm not so sure that it does, but it is at least a slight improvement over what they had in place. Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get coverage in all areas. What to do here? Build up the interior of your line or get that skill player to add another weapon? Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after the best available player, or do you go after a position of need? Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be clamoring for a skill player. But do you listen to him or go after someone who can help you up front? Boy, it's finger-crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Well, the Bengals have got a handful of real good assets to pick from. One's gone already. Could a second be on the way? 2 words here. Difference maker. That's what that pick right there is. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options. I'm not sure that this selection is going to provide a huge punch, but he's at least a guy that does have some upside. One Philadelphia Eagle has already been taken in this draft. Could they double up and take another one here?
All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a draft champions matchup and what is set to be a great draft champions matchup. In the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and these guys should have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. They're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Let's roll. Two teams here amped and ready for football, and off we go in week 2 of draft champions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. One man in the backfield, Elliott. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. Randall Cobb on the breakaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Randall Cobb, 76 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. And his throw is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Second down following the incompletion. On play action, it's Rodgers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Now Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Rodgers going to throw. This is White on the screen. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. And New York set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again. Right? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Hicks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Now how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
He's going to launch this thing way down, and that's caught inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air, that's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
The stop made by Kamal Ishmael.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Des Bryant, the intended receiver. Third down here.
Help me out, partner. Was that incomplete?
That was on a deep ball to Des.
And that's a surprise. The way he attacks the football in the air, it's always surprising to me when he doesn't complete a pass like that.
Love looking for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. Completes it to Lee. The completion